Good evening and welcome to Omnibroslive. I'm Omnidog, one of the Omnibros, joined as usual by my fabulous co-host Omar.
What's up,
Omar,
everybody?
how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good. Happy to be here.
I am in better spirits than I was on Monday. I didn't get pulled over. I didn't get threatened to be thrown in jail. So I'm doing good. Life is good. I just got to go to court. Other than that, I'm doing well, man. So we got some exciting news today to talk about. Some things happening in the world of collected editions that I'm excited about. I know there's a lot of people in the Facebook group, but in case you're not familiar with what's going on, we will tell you about that as soon as Jess gets done talking about our sponsor.
That's right, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. I just got an email that there's a 3-day sale at InStockTrades.com. Starts off saying, thank you for placing an order since the beginning of August. You now qualify to receive a 3% loyalty discount starting Friday, October 12th through the end of the day on Sunday, October 14th. The sale might even start a little early. Once you log into the website, the extra discount will be shown on each website item automatically. So it's also called the frequent customer discount or extra discount promotion. So it's a 3% loyalty discount this weekend at InStockTrades.com. For those of you but it says thank you for placing an order since the beginning of August. So maybe if you've placed an order since the beginning of August, you qualify, but there's no code, so it's just going to be when you log in. So you'll know if you qualify when you log in. So that's the big news on the 3-day sale at InStockTrades.
It's a huge sale, and man, people need to take advantage of that. Like 45% off your. Hey, what's up, Bri?
Right. Hey, Ryley Mo.
It's a good deal. It's a good deal. I know we're to keep talking about our sponsor, but I mean that's a hella deal, man. 45% off DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, and Image.
Yeah. That's gonna deals of the week, 53% off. So that's pretty good because usually deals of the week don't qualify for a discount.
No, this is big.
And yeah, through Sunday, October 14th, over $50 in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, and fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Dude, I totally cut you off in front of, like, in the middle of your ad. I'm so sorry about that.
You did? Wow. Yeah. Oh, to greet Ryley?
You didn't do the jingle.
I seamlessly
you worked it in.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
No worries whatsoever. How's it going, Ryley?
It's good. I just had a delicious and nutritious dinner of Taco Bell and ice cream.
Ice cream. Last Thursday, you cut off really quickly to go get ice cream. Did you get your ice cream in time last Thursday?
No, I left the room and I was like, yo, to my wife. I said, yo, let's go get some ice cream. And she said, we literally just got ice cream. And I was like, that was not today, though. So I want ice cream today. And she said no. And then I think we went like the next day anyway to the same place that I wanted to go. But this week we went yesterday and we found out they have a special on pints where it's buy 2 pints, get a third one for free. So we bought 3 pints of their ice cream and we're trying not to go through it in one day.
And this is Delighted or whatever?
Yeah, D apostrophe light.
What was the name of the place that had that great Mexican vanilla? Amy's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the best vanilla ice cream I'd ever had.
That doesn't sound like Mexican.
Mexican bean vanilla.
Oh, okay. Still doesn't sound Mexican. So, Ryley, before we get started talking about our predictions for these upcoming new releases that were just recently announced, you missed out on our talk of 7 soldiers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had while I was at work, I got a massive migraine on what was that, Monday? And yeah, I came home and when I was coming home, I thought it was better, but on my drive home, I just felt like I was going to vomit everywhere. So I laid down instead of. I told my wife, I was like, I got to do the show, and she was like, you probably shouldn't do that. So I was like, okay, I'll go lay down. But yeah, so who all reviewed? Was it everyone? Did everyone review the book?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, everyone hated that book. Like, we all were like a 1 out of 10, or I've never heard of this, like a 0 out of 10. Like, Jess,
no, I know that you're lying because
totally lying.
because Gabe posted on his own Instagram that he really liked it because he thought it was the most accessible of the Morrison books he's read.
He's wrong, but he's half right. Oh wait, that he's read. That's subjective. He's still wrong because it's Gabe. It's not the same without him taking up for himself. So what did you... I know this is probably one of your favorite stories, isn't it? And I know that Jess had a question real quick.
I did? What was it?
How does it tie into Final Crisis?
Oh, yeah. Does it tie into Final Crisis?
Why do I remember your questions?
I don't know. I'm so interesting that I stick in people's minds. Because I read that in Final Crisis, Mr. Miracle gets sent back or something to the time period that Seven Soldiers takes place in. Is that right? Or did I read something wrong?
There is a connection. I don't remember 100% of everything because it's been forever since I read Final Crisis, but there's connection with Mr. Miracle and the Dark Side Club. And luckily we have the omnibus of Final Crisis now that collects everything except for the Aftermath stuff. But yeah, so you can read that, and there's the stuff with the Dark Side Club before Final Crisis starts and stuff like that.
Final Crisis Omnibus. People are asking, if I already have the Absolute, I'm asking the wrong guy since you're the Omnibus collector, but can I get away with not getting the Final Crisis Omni if I have the Absolute?
It depends on how much you care about the tie-ins, because the Absolute, if I'm not mistaken, the Absolute collects the main series, and then it also has like a couple issues of Batman, the Superman Beyond miniseries, and then a couple of one-shots. It's basically everything that Morrison wrote.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So that'll give you... It's like the equivalent of if you're like, I want to read Blackest Night, and you buy the Green Lantern Omnibus. It has everything that Johns wrote. And you can read that, and it's a perfectly good experience of the event in itself and in the context of where it belongs. And the Final Crisis Absolute is a perfectly good experience of that event in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of material that ties into it, leads into it, spins out of it, that you'd be missing. And it's not essential. I know it's not essential because I haven't read a lot of it, which is why I bought the Omnibus, because I wanted to read a lot of that stuff that I had missed. So if you're interested in reading and have not read and don't own stuff like the two of the main things that they have in here are the Legion of Three Worlds mini and the Revelations mini, and then there's a bunch of other one-shots. There's also issues, the Terror Titans and some Teen Titans issues and the Flash issues. I don't even know if all of this stuff has been collected before. Like, I don't think that those issues of the Flash 240 and 41, I don't think they've been collected anywhere. So you get some stuff that I'm pretty sure is uncollected anywhere else. As well, you get a good chunk of Batman material is in here by Morrison, and it's the first time that 701 and 702, the RIP, the Lost Chapters, are collected in oversized format.
Are we still missing 700? Is that still an orphaned issue?
I mean, as far as being oversized, yes.
Okay. So it might be in volume 2.
Of the Omnibus?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
There's going to be a second Final Crisis Omnibus?
No, the Batman.
Oh.
But yeah, so Seven Soldiers, I am a fan. It's not my favorite Morrison work that I say all the time would go to Animal Man. But I would agree. What's up?
It's a good choice.
You're goddamn right. I would agree though with what I saw Gabe say on his Instagram, that it's more of an accessible story by Morrison. because I think part of what makes it more accessible is the fact that it's not dealing with a bunch of A-list characters. So people, if you're taking the chance to read this book and you don't know who any of these characters are, it's not like when you're reading Morrison's Batman and you're like, okay, I know who Batman is, but what? And like, you feel like you need to do more research. I never felt in the times that I was reading this book that I needed to research any of these characters. I felt like I got the information I needed and I was able to enjoy the book, and it was accessible. It gave me what I needed right there in one place. However, I was going in not 100% cold on the first time I read this book, because I had read Morrison's Justice League run ahead of this, or his JLA run, which is where he introduces the Sheeta, the villains of the Seven Soldiers series. So I was already familiar with like who they were and what their goals were and what they were doing before I read this. So that kind of helped inform me. But
what was that in?
That was in so if you have shit, it's all the way at the top. So if you have the deluxe editions of Morrison's Justice League run, in the 4th volume, there's the first 3 issues of Justice League Classified.
Yes.
In that 3-issue miniseries, he had the Ultramarine Corps fight against the Sheeta. And the Sheeta, because the whole thing with the Sheeta is that there's a prophecy that a team of 7 is going to defeat them. And so they keep on fighting teams of 7 and defeating them, because they're like, okay, well, if we defeat these teams of 7, then there's not going to be a team of 7 to wipe us out.
That's pretty cool. So they tied into some.
So it's them versus the team of 7, the Ultramarine Corps, and they defeat them. And then from there they go and they fight the 7 soldiers, the old team that you see in the intro issue to the whole 7 soldiers storyline. And then so that the team that can beat them, the 7 soldiers, Morrison's 7 soldiers, the whole reason they would be able to beat the Sheeta is because technically they're not even a team, because they don't meet. And that's like the big thing about this series of miniseries, is that they're disconnected, but they're connected. So it's a team that's not a team, that doesn't work together, doesn't meet together, but everything winds up, coming together in the end. I think you guys probably talked a lot about the story and stuff, and I can't say a lot more than just like it's Morrison, and obviously I'm biased and I really like it. And I think that he used some really cool characters, a lot of which I had no idea about before I read this stuff for the first time. But I think one of the real big draws to this book is the artwork, because there are 9 different artists, because there's J.H. Williams, who does the two bookend issues, and then each miniseries has a different artist. And I think Mr. Miracle has 2 artists. It has Pascal Ferry and Freddie E. Williams the second. So yeah, you get this whole just cavalcade of great artists, a lot of which were people that Morrison has worked with before or will work with again, like Cameron Stewart does the artwork for the Guardian, and Cameron Stewart, of course, he did work in Batman and Robin, and he did the Sea Guy miniseries and stuff like that. You get Fraser Irving does Clarion. Who else is in this book?
Bulleteer, Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, it's like a whole host of different artists that.
And then you've got so you got Doug Mankey, got Yannick Paquette. Was that the name?
Yeah, Yannick Paquette. Ryan Sook does Zatanna, which I feel like that was the first time that I read anything with Sook on art, at least that I recognized that it was him, and I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, this guy is fantastic. I think this is the first time I saw things from several artists. Like, I don't think I had seen Yannick Paquette before this, and I really, really love his artwork. Of course, he came back later for the run on Swamp Thing with Scott Snyder, and that was really good.
Ryley didn't get a chance. The chat's asking why Riley's talking about Seven Soldiers, because we already talked about it on Monday, but he didn't get a chance to share his views on the book because he had a migraine. So he's just going over his views on the book, and that's why we're talking about it. Again.
I got permission to come in late, so if you guys don't like that, then sorry about you. I was going to say something more rude, but no.
You don't need to. Oh, Tyler Blunt. Hey, dude. There was a good question for you guys, you two guys, from Leighton Watson. Have either of you read much of Excalibur? And if so, could you jump into it?
Yes.
I haven't even finished the question.
Yes.
If so,
well, we both have.
Okay.
What's the question?
I was trying to say what it was. If so, could you jump into it with just tangential X-Men knowledge?
Yeah.
Can somebody just jump into it and enjoy it?
Absolutely. If you're talking about the first Epic collection, it happens right after the Mutant Massacre. So Kitty and Kurt and Rachel are off the X-Men team. And
they travel out to Great Britain, team up with Captain Britain, a bunch of other characters, and they start going on their own very British adventures.
Okay.
You go to hell, Cycle Cleveland.
Go to hell and you die.
Marmalade Boy is wonderful, and so is all the X-Men titles. Don't listen to that guy. Don't listen to Cycle Cleveland chat. The man's drunk. He said most X-Men is garbage.
Most of everything is garbage. That's just a universal truth in this world.
Oh yeah, if you're a comic reader, you hate about 90% of everything else that everyone likes. Except, unless you're Jess, who just loves everything.
Yeah.
So it's heartbreaking when he pours root beer on stuff, apparently.
Yeah. That's only on really repellent books. Did you want me on your show this Tuesday?
Yeah.
To talk about Uzumaki?
Yes. You didn't pour root beer on that, did you?
No, I did not. And I have a whole manga thing in my head that I've been thinking about. So, yeah. Okay, good. I have permission for that, too.
All right.
Yo, is there anything else I need to say on Seven Soldiers? It gets a 2 thumbs up. I definitely recommend it.
So
I did want to say, because I was going along with everyone else, since all of us had the book to talk about. I wanted to focus more on just like if it's worth it to upgrade to the Omnibus, because I know a lot of people have the paperback, so they have either the 2 or the 4 different collections. But like, just looking at, I already waxed on and on about the artwork, and there's a ton of great artwork in there. I would say price point $75. You can get it for about $40 right now on IST with discount. $40 for a 30 issue. Yeah, 30 issue book with that good of artwork, written by an AAA writer and my personal favorite writer in all of comics. I think it's well worth upgrading if you're already a fan of the story. If you've never read it before, I'd say that you're pretty safe in that it's accessible. Mm-hmm. As a Morrison book goes, it's pretty accessible. But if you're wanting to dip your toes in, buy the first of the old paperbacks. It should be really cheap, and you get the intro issue 0, and then a couple issues of a couple of the different miniseries, so you can get an idea of what this whole thing is about. But I mean, this is a really nice package, and it's not a very expensive volume. I don't know if anyone's made the comparison yet, but our review book for the next review book we're doing is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't see how a book like that gets omnibus, but something like The Wedding of Cyclops and Phoenix gets an oversized hardcover.
Because fuck you, but they're the same price, is my point.
Hey.
So I'm just pointing out that I think that this has some good value, And then when you look at it compared to something else at the same price point, it speaks for itself. What book did you say didn't? Oh, because of the X-Men thing. None of the books around that book are omnibus either.
What are you talking about?
Like the
X-Men Revolution and Onslaught and Age of Apocalypse.
Next to like directly surrounding it.
Oh,
is,
okay.
Phalanx Covenant and Fatal Attractions. Those are both oversized hardcovers. Wow, I look like a fucking nerd. I forgot I didn't change.
You are a fucking nerd.
Yeah, did you hear yourself talk about like jerking off Grant Morrison? You sound like one too.
There's 2 Tylers in the chat right now, and one of them is pissing me off. Tyler
What?
Trent, stop saying that I pour root beer on all these great books. I most certainly did not pour root beer on Lock and Key. That is not true. And Tyler Blunt has a question. So what are y'all's thoughts about X-Men coming back into the X-Men fold? And why do you think it's the greatest thing to happen to X-Men in 10 years?
I'm excited. It's been a while since we've seen Nate Gray. What was the last thing we saw him in? Like Dark X-Men miniseries?
He was in the New Mutants whenever DNA were writing.
Okay.
But he was also, I don't know if this was before or after or contemporaneously, but he was also on, or maybe he wasn't. I was about to say he was on Generation Hope, but now I'm second guessing myself.
No, he wasn't in that book.
No, he wasn't on there. It was because, remember, they do those like connecting covers, and at the time it was yellow versus, or it was the gold versus blue, and gold was Wolverine's teams, and then blue was Cyclops' teams, and Nate was on the blue poster because he's in New Mutants, and I think that New Mutants was right next to Gen Hope, and that's what got me confused.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. You're talking about the variants by Del Keon?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
because they had like 4 teams on each side. Like Wolverine was Wolverine and the X-Men, Uncanny X-Force, X-Factor, and some other book. And then on the other side, it was Uncanny X-Men, Adjectiveless X-Men, New Mutants, and Generation Hope.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I've always liked the character of Nate Gray, and since they have done away with his counterpart here in the 616 universe, I guess it's nice to see him. I don't know what role he's gonna play though, because he looks like a messiah, like some kind of messiah, and I always thought Hope was the messiah.
Those are spoilers, right? Like,
I'm just looking at the posters, right? He looks like
no. I mean, like you just said, since they did away with his counterpart.
I never said how they did away with him. And who's his counterpart?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Madelyn Pryor? I know that confuses the shit out of Jess. Jess,
I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. See?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fuck Madelyn Pryor, though.
Oh, I would in a heartbeat.
More so, not fuck her, but fuck Cyclops and that whole thing. And I've talked about this in videos before, but that shit pissed me off.
Which one? The whole, hey, my original girlfriend is back. I'm going to leave you and the kid.
Yeah, literally just peace out between one issue to the next.
That wasn't his most shining moment, that's for sure. No,
so people love Cyclops, and I'm always like, but this is the kind of shit that he does.
Maybe deep down inside he knew that Madelyn was just a clone. Because he's such a good leader, he just knew. That's just coming up with some bullshit answer.
That sounds like something that they would put in the comics.
Tyler Blunt says, I heard X-Man is going to clean up all the time-displaced, universe-displaced stuff and streamline the X-Men to a more classic roster.
Oh, good. Is he going to get rid of, like, Bendis? Oh, no. He did that already. He went to DC. Wow. X-Man is powerful.
By I heard, I mean I hope. So, Tyler Blunt, gosh darn you.
Look, you made Jess read all that for no reason. That's
I
a pretty
know.
cool theory. Because, I mean, we know the original 5 they're going away, right? I assume.
Yeah. I mean, that's what this whole Extinction or whatever miniseries is meant to be for.
Yeah. And honestly, that's been okay so far.
I've liked it. I've definitely I've enjoyed it so far. You know what's been good? I don't know if you've been reading. I don't know if any of y'all have been reading this, but I've really enjoyed the Death of the Inhumans miniseries.
The one by Donny Cates?
Yes.
I read issue 1. It was yeah, that one was okay.
It's coming. I think the next issue is its conclusion, but the most recent issue kind of started giving some revelations of what's actually happening, and it was really interesting to me. And I really enjoy seeing Cates writing these random little cosmic related things now that he's heading into writing Guardians of the Galaxy, and we're seeing like he has what appears to be the most OP team since the Annihilators.
He's got let's see, he's got Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's got Moondragon.
He's got
Nova.
Phyla-Vell from, I think, Alternate Universe.
Yeah.
He's got Beta Ray Bill.
I'm happy to see. He was one of the Annihilators, so I'm happy to see him there. And he's got Nova, of course, Rich. And who else did I see? I think,
and it looks like
Surfer on the left-hand side,
and it looks like Groot. Oh, did you say Gladiator?
No, I didn't. But he was also an Annihilator, so that's cool.
Right.
I'm hoping he throws in some love for the Valentino years, gives us like some Starhawk or Charlie, or one of those characters. Be awesome if it's. Oh my god, it'd be awesome if it's a Major Victory. That'd be great instead of Star-Lord. But that's wishful thinking.
Like there's someone at the front who looks like they're crossing guns, so it could be Star-Lord, or that could be
absolutely
completely someone different. And then on the left, that looks like Surfer's board next to Surfer's head. And then it looks like Groot in the middle. And then on the right, it looks like Adam Warlock.
Ooh, it's a good one. Or it could be Magus.
Or it could be Eros.
Or it could be Kitty Pryde, the greatest Guardian of the Galaxy.
You know it. Where's Venom, though? Maybe that's Venom in the front.
Ah, fuck. I hope they're done with that. Oh, it is Donny Cates, though. He was writing Venom and tying it into cosmic stuff.
His Venom wasn't cosmic. His Venom was like...
Well, no, he's tying it into the like as far as the aliens coming down and making it more like that instead of.
Was he because his shit's more like almost demon shit.
Yeah, you're right.
It was what's his name? Mike Costa has the Venom First Host miniseries that just wrapped up, and it was like talking about how it was a Kree soldier who originally had that specific symbiote, however you want to say it. I don't know what's happening in this world anymore. Before Spider-Man got it.
Interesting.
Speaking of symbiote, did either of you guys watch that that Lady Gaga movie?
Star is Born? Oh yeah. My god. No, but apparently I should have.
Heard some good things.
Yeah, my wife's heard good things about it. And so she's going to see it with her girlfriend.
What's up?
About this JMS Spider-Man Omnibus that just got announced. You've been are you excited about this one? Indifferent? What about you,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I am going to keep my oversized hardcovers and just be satisfied with those.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You will be dissatisfied with them whenever Omar and Gabe and myself are showing off the omnibus.
Well, I'm on the same boat. I'm in the same boat that Jess is in. I'm thinking about keeping mine because I know there's no way in hell they're going to collect. You know, you've got what? The Death in the Family, Paul Jenkins and Humberto Ramos stuff. Then you've got a lot of the little one-shots that Straczynski didn't write. You know, here's the way I would do it. if I were to collect these omnibuses, I assume there's either going to be 2 or 3. If they take out Since, Past, and One More Day, I'm good. I'd collect them.
You also said you weren't going to buy the Daniel Way Deadpool stuff.
You go to hell for reminding me of Since Past.
No,
You're like an ex-girlfriend that remembers things, and I don't want to talk about ever again. I made a mistake. I'm just a man.
In my family, we call it plunging because you like to bring up old shit.
Yeah, I'm just a man. I have weaknesses.
That shit's a definite day one for me. I've been saying that I think that with the upcoming Spider-Man movie, this is one of the options of one of the things that we should be seeing is, I was saying JMS, Amazing by Stan Lee, Volume 4. What was the other stuff I was saying we should see? I don't even remember anymore. But those were two of the main ones, was those 2 books. Something for, because we have Ben Ryley Volume 1, so Ben Ryley Volume 2, and then also a Mark Bagley, David Michelini omnibus that has the stuff between Larson and Clone Wars, Clone Saga, Clone Saga War, Star Wars, not including Carnage, Maximum Carnage.
You don't think they'll include it?
They might include the issues of Amazing Spider-Man in there, but if they cut out Maximum Carnage, there's just enough material right there to fit into one solid omnibus that's about the same size as those other 2 Michelini ones.
I'm curious how they'll map out the JMS stuff.
I think it's going to be just two books. That's it.
So they'll leave out the stuff from the other and recap pages, right?
It's going to be the contents of the Ultimate Collections, the 5 books, just split in 2 books.
What does the Ultimate Collections leave out?
It's just, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure they're just the JMS material.
Okay.
I can check. I'm being lazy.
Because I own the 5 best of Spider-Man hardcovers.
Right. I know that's where you have.
Let me see if I can shoot it up there. And up there.
The best of is where you have the Jenkins run and like
Jenkins.
They have parts of Tangled Web, I think.
So it's like, yeah, it's Spider-Man, the other, then the Civil War, then Spider-Man Back in Black.
Okay,
that's
so
kind of where it ends.
The 4th of the Ultimate Collections include Friendly Neighborhood 1 through 4 and Marvel Knights Spider-Man 19 to 22. So it has material by Hudlin and Peter David.
So that's the crossover. That's the other.
Right. And then in the 5th volume, it has the entirety of the what's it called? One More Day. So it has a couple of issues written by Quesadilla.
That was his baby anyway.
So yeah, so I'm pretty sure that it's just going to pretty much be these 5 volumes, because the page count puts it at pretty much 2.5 of these books. Page count is 1,100 pages.
Damn. Okay, well maybe you're right. The other book that was announced was the Animal Man by Jeff Lemire.
That, and also from DC, Batman Volume 2 from Morrison.
We knew that one was coming, though, right?
Yeah. The Animal Man by Lemire, that was 100% surprise. There's not really any... there might be a little bit debate on what could be in there, because you could say, will they have all of Rot World? Or will it only be the Animal Man stuff with like a couple of Swamp Thing issues? I'm thinking it'll be just the Animal Man stuff with like whichever issues of Swamp Thing were in the paperbacks. So just basically a compilation of the, what was it, 5? I think 5 Animal Man paperbacks that Lemire wrote, so all in one. I think it's going to be a real simple one, not much to talk about with that. But Morrison's Batman Volume 2, I'm going to hazard to guess it'll be these 4 books. The entirety of Batman and Robin plus Return of Bruce Wayne.
You don't think they're going to have any... Oh, man, because there was a lot of stuff like Life and Death, whatever happened to the Cape Crusader. I mean, whatever happened to the Cape Crusader was just 2 issues. That was the Neil Gaiman book.
I don't think... I think they're going to have all of what I just said as well as 700 through 702. I think that's going to be it, because they're billing it as
Morrison,
as Batman by Morrison. It's not, you know,
right,
Batman whatever. And the first volume cuts out everything that's not Morrison. Yeah. Like the entire Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, Raj al Ghul, whatever you want to call him.
Roger al Ghul here.
That entire thing
Raul.
is Raul al Ghul.
Yes.
Yeah, so that entire everything except for his issues, Morrison's issues, was cut out, and we were just given like recap pages basically for that. So that's kind of why I have the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul hardcover myself.
Yep, same here.
But yeah, I'm excited for that one.
McLeod Al Ghul, you Speaking of ex-girlfriends that never forget, that motherfucker.
Was it Lane Wayne?
Yeah. You too, huh? I think it's a really cool New 52 title to go omnibus with, because you know we've seen some hit or misses. Like I was pleasantly surprised with the Batman and Robin New 52 omnibus. I passed on the Flash by Manipool, and I'm probably gonna pass on the Aquaman by Johns, even though it's the very first Aquaman omnibus.
Don't tell Geo that.
Yeah, that's actually good material.
I know it is, but I've got the trades, and I don't know. But then, you know, we've got like Deathstroke and Red Hood and the Outlaws, which is such an odd choice for Omnis.
Yeah, and speaking of Geo, he's like actively upset about both of those being announced before some other stuff. Yeah, they've definitely chosen some weird things. I'm glad that they're being a little more active with putting out Omnis of the New 52 material, because it's not an era where everything was gold, but there was enough really good stuff that you can look back and you know, everyone can point out a handful of books that deserve the treatment.
Yeah, well, like, you know, there are things that I would rather have instead of Red Hood and the Outlaws, or, I mean, there's a ton of fucking material out there that DC could collect.
Yeah.
And you know, and cash in on. Like, Green Arrow. That damn Arrow show has been on television for, what, 6 years?
Well, they did the only good New 52 one, so now they need to go back and do, like, I don't know why they haven't done Grell across, like, 2 or 3 Omnis.
They haven't done Grell. They haven't done Winnick's run. They have hardly touched anything. We're finally getting a Rebirth book that was previously canceled, and God knows how many volumes that's going to be. Maybe we're just going to get 1 and that's it.
Yeah,
a Rebirth book?
Well, the Green Arrow Rebirth. The part that bothers me on that is that Ben Percy, who's writing it in Rebirth, his run recently wrapped. That's a lot of R's.
Recently wrapped?
Ben Percy, who is writing in Rebirth, whose run was recently wrapped. God damn it. What I'm trying to say is he was writing it during the New 52 as well. And they never, like, they didn't go back and collect that. And I was hoping that maybe they delayed this book because they were going to go and put, I mean, they collected it, but collecting it in a hardcover because I have a one-track mind and I've got preferences.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, because I liked that run. I liked his material during the end of the New 52. So I would have liked to have seen it collected oversized in a similar way as Jeff Lemire's run or this upcoming Rebirth book. But, you know, they dropped the ball on that. But yeah, there's a lot of New 52 stuff that I'd like to see. I Vampire, Demon Knights, Batman by Snyder, the Batwoman stuff.
Well, they're cashing in on that right now. The Batman by Snyder is all going to be collected in absolute format. So, I mean, DC knows people will buy that, and I'm sure eventually we'll get some kind of omnibus. It's too popular not to.
Yeah, it's just weird to me that it hasn't yet. Like, it seems like, I guess because it's an inevitability, I'm expecting it sooner than I should. But maybe it'll be followed after the third Morrison book gets put out.
True.
Why are we talking about DC and Batman? We're supposed to be talking about X-Men and stuff, right?
No.
Spider-Man was the big announcement.
No, but we always talk about X-Men.
Oh God, yeah. X-Men never gets old.
That's why I feel weird. Like, I don't know why we're not talking about the X-Men.
Because it confuses Jess and he stops tuning into us.
Yeah, I start looking at the chat and start clicking on other videos to watch.
Wow, like 11 o'clock comics?
Oh, like Fangirlz Assemble.
Well, at least it's not competition.
That's true. That's true. Thanks, Jess. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, buddy. Let's talk about X, baby. Hell yeah, Mutant Agenda.
Did you read the first issue of Shatterstar?
No, I need to catch up. I am 2 weeks behind on my X books. I've caught up with, but I have caught up with everything that's been out, including Multiple Man, which has been pretty fun.
I've been enjoying that. I'm a sucker for, like, when you have, like, those character fusions.
Okay.
And Multiple Man has basically been, like, the Multiple Man version of every single character.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, during his run. That was ridiculous. And it's also ridiculous to ever think that you can kill off Multiple Man. Because guess what? There's always another one out there. Like, it is the cheapest way to bring back a character. And I love that. Who's the writer on it? Is it
Rosenberg?
Rosenberg, okay. And I love that he knows that it is the cheapest way you can bring a character back. So he even jokes about it. So that has been good. I ended up liking New Mutants. I thought it was a good run.
I did too.
And where's that leading up to? Is that leading up to the new Uncanny X-Men stuff, or is this going to be something else? Because it ends on a cliffhanger. And
yeah,
I don't want to
it
ruin
does.
because I know Jess hasn't read it yet.
I don't know. Like, that's because it's a big cliffhanger. It's not even like a small, like, little hint at, like, oh, something will come maybe.
No, it's
huge. It's like that was the last issue. Are you serious?
It was a big game changer.
I'm thinking who wrote, was that Rosenberg as well?
Yes.
I'm guessing because he's co-writing the Uncanny, isn't he?
I was about to ask you.
Is he? Because it's I know Kelly Thompson and Ed Brisson are co-writing it, and I think that Rosenberg is the third of that little X brain trust. And so if he is, then I would want to assume that yes, it's going to continue there. But yeah, I really liked both of those. Rosenberg's X-Men stuff has been really solid. But you guys, and Jess, you too, like, Shatterstar shattered my expectations. I actually didn't know anything about what this miniseries was going to be about. And, like, within the first few pages, it completely subverted my expectations of what a Shatterstar miniseries was going to be. And then I was like, oh, it's 2018. Anything's possible in comics. But essentially, it's like Shatterstar starts up an apartment complex for people lost between other dimensions.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
The first issue is a lot of exposition of him walking around the complex and interacting with, like, a talking pug, and you know, a girl who comes from like a normal world, like our world, who's like completely just enamored by anything to do with superheroes and stuff. So it was a really fun first issue. And then it does have an action-packed cliffhanger. So if you're looking for more, you know, Shatterstar action stuff, it does have that. It doesn't say anything about how he loses his mustache, which I know was Nate's big question. But it's good. It's good.
Wow. Okay. I can't wait to read it.
In like a year, right?
Yep.
It's good. I definitely recommend checking that one out. And I'm like a week. I haven't read anything from this week, and I have a few issues from last week to catch up on. But yeah, there's been some good things happening on all sides, on all fronts.
Yeah.
Speaking of recommendations, I read Ice Cream Man. That was really good.
Good. I'm glad that you liked it.
So I think you're 15 for 15 now.
At this point, it's just like, I'm like, cool, whatever.
You were so excited when I first got your first recommendation, and now you're just like blasé about it, huh?
Yeah. It you know, another success.
I wish you had recommended him Beautiful Darkness.
Oh my god, so that it would shatter everything?
Yes, it would break some kind of fucking stream.
Yeah.
What? And I haven't read this second issue yet, but I also totally recommend Bordertown. The first issue of this series was
That's on an omnibus.
fantastic.
That looks digital. What are you doing?
It's an omnibus. Look how thick it is. Your boy's got to read his comics at work somehow.
No, I'm the same way. If I'm traveling, I get it.
But yeah, that series, I think it's like the first of the new Vertigo titles to come out, is this Bordertown book by Eric M. Esquivel, and then Ramon Villalobos is the artist on there, and I've been following his work since he was just like an amateur artist putting out pictures on Tumblr, and he's really come a long way, and I'm really happy about his work here. It's good. It's real good.
There's a good question in the chat.
Yeah.
About where we get our information from for upcoming releases. And I will be 100% honest. It's the Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's a guy. It's usually a guy named Brooks.
Yeah. Typically, it's Brooks.
I don't know how he does it. I don't even know what he. Jess knows what he does for a living. I think he just sits in front of his computer and hits F5 on those catalogs all day long. Like I get excited when I get a notification like Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks posted in the group.
Oh shit! What's coming out now?
Because it's either a new book that's being announced, or he's posting a deal
really
on
cheap trade or
Omni.
Yes. So honestly, that's where I used to be a big Marvel Masterworks forum guy, but those guys are a couple of days late. Every once in a while, they'll break something new in. Don't get me wrong, I love that forum still, but I think for the last year or so, it's been the Facebook group that has broken the news up of the upcoming releases.
Because we have so many people in there now who are like, someone is going to be online at the right time, and someone is going to update or refresh the right source. And there's so many sources now. Like sometimes it's Amazon that has the early solicit first. Yes. Sometimes it's the Hatchet catalog. Sometimes it's the Penguin Random House website, which I still don't know how to navigate.
Yeah, I don't know. That thing is a pain in the ass to navigate through.
I tried. Like I let
Brooks do it. I figured I'm not gonna do this.
When they found the American Vampire Omnibus on there, I tried to look through other stuff, and I was like, is this even a working website? I don't understand what this is. But yeah, I just wait for notifications from people, and I used to update like as soon as I was finding stuff on like Amazon, I would update on my site, and I gave up because people are so fast. I was like, I don't want to claim anyone else's thunder. I'm not a thunder thief like Jess is.
Thunder thief.
Just cashing in on those recommendations.
Did y'all read anything else exciting since the last time I talked to y'all? I don't even know when I talked to Omar last.
It's been a while. What have I read? I mean,
I talk to you every day, but not like this.
Yeah, this is different. We talk behind Jess's back.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I started reading Guardians, and I'm enjoying that so far.
The IST review.
Yeah. Because I had only read the first couple issues, but I know that you really liked it. I reread Fatale. Because I really love that book, and I wish they'd finish it. I started reading my Mighty Thor Heroes Return Volume 2, because I've forgotten how much I really like that run. And reading Junji Ito's Uzumaki again for next week's Old Reader, New Readers.
Yeah, I'm going to reread that over the weekend. But I will...
a fast read.
Yeah, I can tell you already, you know what a bad memory I have. That book, I still remember a lot of, not even looking at it. It made a big impact on me. I still remember a lot about that book.
You do have the rest of his stuff, right? Because every one of his books is creepy.
I have Tomy and Shiver.
Shiver. You need...
I don't have...
You need to get Yo.
And what's the other one?
Fragments
of Horror. Yeah.
Fragments of Horror is just short stories, kind of like Shiver is.
Yeah.
But Gyo and Tomy are two longer form. Well, Tomy is like an anthology, but all the stories are about the same girl. And then at the end of it, it kind of ties into a bigger conclusion. But Gyo is one big story, and also Gyo contains the secret of Amigara Fault, which is like a 50-page story.
Oh yeah,
that he wrote. That one is one of the creepier ones to me. That one and it's creepy, but it's also so fucking ridiculous.
Most of his things are, though. Yeah,
that's an apt description for much of his work.
Absolutely.
And then next week or in a couple weeks we get the Frankenstein book.
Next week, I think it drops next week with Deadly Class Volume 2. So those are the two for me that I'll be.
And then next month or sometime around the corner, there's another hardcover called Smashed, I think.
Yes. So everything released by Viz is in hardcover. I can't remember who released the cat ones.
Cat Diary is Kodansha.
Yeah, those bastards made it softcover. So I'll wait.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. And then next month we've got Devilman Classic Volume 2.
Oh yes, I'm excited about that.
Oh my god, man!
That first one was awesome.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
I need to pick up Cutie Honey too. I forgot I need to get that one.
I don't think I can have that one in my house.
Just hide it.
There's a lot of not worth it.
Hey, Toga's in the chat. Good deal. And apparently John P's gonna go visit him. What? Where's Toga live? I thought Toga was in Europe somewhere.
Right?
I think he's in Scandinavia somewhere.
Scandinavia. My goodness. What the hell is John P going over there for?
To visit Toga.
It's got to be some kind of weird shit.
Specifically.
Toga.
So that's about the big news that are of the books that are coming out.
There's unless things have moved around, Sandman Omnibus Volume 3 is due out at the end of the month.
Ooh, good.
When is Transmetropolitan? Volume 3? Absolute.
I think it's November.
I think it's that first Tuesday in November.
Good. Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh my god, so many Omnis and books coming out. So little room.
Don't tell me about that. Wait, there's something else I think.
Wait, you don't need that Scott Pilgrim poster. Get rid of that and your window. This is what I was telling Jess when I was down there. I'm trying to maximize his space. I'm like, get rid of all those little signed pictures you have back there. That's more room for books, man.
I don't even have room for this. This is like against my window. It's not even hanging up anymore.
Right. That's a bookshelf right there. Look, I'm serious, man. This is what I do. Like I am top every inch of this area.
This is where I need to move.
Yeah, get rid of that. There you go.
No decorations, just books. Books are decorations.
We need to show like what is that? Is it Queer Eye? Where a bunch of nerds go to somebody's house to maximize their space. Right, we'll start with Jess. We're gonna be like, look, man, get rid of these crappy pop figures. Put up some room for some absolutes and omnis.
Jess could probably build a shelf out of his pop figure boxes.
I think he threw them away. Did you throw them away?
No, I got a ton of them right there.
Yeah, that's a shelf right there.
Yeah, there's still some right there. But yeah, Omar's seen my situation here. I have books on the floor stacked up now.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. I have a couple of hangers on the floor and it's bothering me. I have a pillow on the floor and I can't deal with it.
Omni Eye for the poster guy. I think we got a name. That's a good one. I like that.
I liked the idea earlier that Luis had in our chat about the
Omnibus
Omnibus Collectors Guide of Omnibus.
These are the Billies. These are Billies back here, and then I have the K-Lax over there for my Omni. Most of these guys, Jess, you're all K-Lax, right?
K-Lax and Billies. I got Billies on the side, and these are Billies over here. These are, whoops, did I just click? No, these are Billies here. And then,
I told them to get rid. See those comic books? That's room for more books.
I know, but they look so cool.
Get that shit off that wall.
And then these are Billies here. And then these are Billies over here. With the Kalex behind me.
I just need new shelves. Like the ones this one behind me, I don't know where it came from.
The looks pretty sturdy though. It's holding it, right?
Yeah, it's good. I don't know where it's from though. The one next to me, this one was at a thrift store for like $20, and then the one next to it, this white one that my tablet is sitting on, that one I think I found in the street. And then
I've done the same for some of my figures.
And then
I told my wife to pull over one day.
That blue one, the one that looks like the Kalax or Calax or whatever you want to call it, that one was on my street, and I pulled that one in at like 5 in the morning. I walked outside and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I pulled it in.
Yeah, no, it gets iffy when your neighbor's getting furniture delivered and you're pulling the shit off of the streets. Right.
Yeah, no,
it's not trash. You're kind of stealing.
I waited until the middle of the night for a purpose. Like because even if it is whether it's the trash or not, like I still felt weird about running over and grabbing a shelf from someone down the street.
Shit, they ain't no shame in my game. I pulled over in fucking daylight and grabbed stuff off trash curbs.
Yeah, if you pull over in a neighborhood that's not yours, but I'm like walking to someone's house.
Neighbors.
Hey, Ted. Thanks for the shelf.
Are you digging through my trash, you fucking skippy? There's some gold here.
You left some peanut butter in this jar.
I have embarrassed my wife many times. It's kind of funny.
No, I don't do the dumpster diving because I know even if I find something and I'm like, oh, that's cool, I'm just gonna like not touch it ever. I had a friend when we were in high school, he would go dumpster diving and he had a room full of computer parts, and I was like, what are you doing with, he's like, I'm gonna build a really dope computer. He never did, and I'm pretty sure he like went to college, moved out, and his parents like emptied his room and just threw away all the computer parts so he could dumpster dive again for the things that he dumpster dove for in the first place if he needed to.
That's awesome.
But yeah. What other big books are coming out next month? I know that also this month, and we haven't chosen an IST book, but I know that throughout the rest of this month, there's also isn't Black Hammer, the library edition, coming out? And
that's right.
Yep,
that
got pushed back to November.
I thought did that one also get pushed back as well as Harrow County?
God damn it, I can't keep up with these library editions.
Harrow
No,
County.
you're right. Harrow County is the one that got pushed back.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to be rude and tell you were wrong, though.
That's okay.
Harrow County's so good.
That's what Jess keeps telling me, to read it instead of waiting for the hardcover.
And then the other one was that Cable book that's coming out.
Oh, is that coming out soon? The big $100 omnibus, not omnibus book?
Soldier X. It's $75 actually.
Oh, yeah, that's a buy. I'm going to get that one. That shit's never been collected. Well, no, I take it back. Soldier X was collected like the first... No. The end of Cable's run was collected in one trade paperback. But it was those trades that was like falling apart. So they were shit.
What's the date on... It's the 24th and the 31st. So I don't know what comes out on the 31st. I think that that Sandman book comes out. I'm honestly just sitting here like trying to work out how I can divvy out the rest of my budget for the month. I've actually been really good about my budget so far this month. Oh, Mutant X Complete Collection.
So that's going to be 2 volumes, right?
I don't know how long that series was. I've never read that before.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. Yeah, it's it was Howard Mackey's I think it's one of his best stuff that he did at Marvel. Not that that's saying much. But I found it really good. Marvel Knights Omnibus by Joe Quesada. That's what Rick Nelson's saying.
Is that this month? I don't think that's this month.
It's soon, though.
It's coming out around the corner, but I don't think it's this month.
When's the Super Sons Omni?
Oh my god. Yeah, when is that one?
You know, I'm kind of upset that they didn't just wait and include the Adventures of the Super Sons in there as well.
Well, they already waited. Remember, it was first solicited as a hardcover, and then they were like, "Oh shit, no, we got this other stuff. Let's just make it an omnibus." So I guess fans would get pissed off. I'm sure that won't be an oversized hardcover. Super Sons is December. Is what Rick's saying.
We could pull up
Marvel Knights is in November.
Are you on the Marvel Masterworks thingy?
I am on the chat reading.
You're just on the chat?
I'm on freshcomics.us.
There he is, December 19th for Super Sons. That's Gabe Infinity Watch. That's a day one for me. I can't wait.
I agree with that. That is a good book.
I have not read at least half of that stuff.
Me either.
Holy shit. Nobody is getting Christmas presents in December. It's going to be a big month. Motherfucker. Did the same thing last year.
Oh, American Vampire, the omnibus is due out at the end of the month.
Okay, sell me on that, but don't sell me on that. Like, tell me how it's not complete, they haven't finished it, and I don't need it.
Okay, so it's not complete, and they haven't finished it, but you do need it.
You fucker.
So I talked about this on last Thursday's episode when we were talking about spooky books for October and stuff. Basically, you have this new like breed of vampires, as lame as that sounds. They're the American vampires. They're different than, you know, the classic Roman and whatever type vampires that you're used to. They're a little stronger. They, you know, don't have the same weaknesses and stuff like that. And we see this story kind of through. It's basically snapshots of American history through the lens of these vampires. So you have the main one is Skinner Sweet, and then you have this young woman in the 20s who becomes a vampire like in the first issue of the series or whatever. And you get to see her throughout time. So you have arcs that happen in the 20s and 50s and 60s and stuff like that. So you have a lot of different, and maybe even before then, it's been a while. But eventually you start being introduced to different sects of the vampires, a group of basically like a military government group that's trying to take out vampires and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on there. But the big idea is just a look at American history.
It's Stephen King, right? Like him and Scott, or he wrote the original idea?
Not Snyder, but Stephen King co-wrote the backup feature of the first arc.
Okay. Wow. That's cool. No, I've always heard good things about it. Hold on just a second. Gabe, you're not going to get the Mark Waid and Mike Wieringo Fantastic Four Omnibus. You're not a real Fantastic Four fan. You're a poser. You don't upgrade those hardcovers. You're a poser. Just
I already sold my hardcovers.
Yeah, I still have mine because I'm still one of those weirdos that likes to keep my shit until I actually hold the physical release of the book in my hand.
I won't be upgrading. I'm keeping the OHC.
Man, we all knew you weren't a real fan. Just.
I'm a poser.
Yeah, you're a poser. But Gabe, you're also a poser if you keep that shit.
The big book for the 24th this month, Deathstroke by Tony Daniel.
That's the big book? I'm passing.
I'm passing on that.
Huge release.
You're an asshole.
I will also throw in my 2 cents and say American Vampire is extremely good and really worth reading.
And it's got artwork.
Are they going to finish it?
Yes. So primarily artwork by Raphael Albuquerque.
Okay, wait. Finish it like Kevin Smith is going to finish his Bullseye miniseries, or finish it like, sure, 5 years later we'll finish it.
So Snyder has commented a lot, because it comes up a lot, that cycle 3, or the third cycle of American Vampire, that how they call the different series, is meant to be launching out of the current Vertigo relaunch. So they haven't announced it yet, but that's what he's been saying for a while. Is he the Albuquerque that did the letter 44, or is he the good Albuquerque? Not that Albuquerque. He's the Albuquerque who did part of Animal Man with Lemire. Okay, I like that guy's art. Awesome. Yeah, and also there's a mini series with artwork by Dustin Wynn, and unless I'm completely off base, I think there's also a mini series with artwork by Sean. What's his name? Murphy. Yeah, Sean Murphy. Damn, that's got some hella artwork. Where the hell am I gonna pick this stuff? All right, I'll get it.
Volume 3 has some Sean Murphy art in it.
Jess, are you getting the omnibus, or are you going to keep your hardcovers?
I'm going to keep my hardcovers.
Okay, so you're not a real fan. Got it.
No, I am posing again.
You're a poster. God, man. We need to kick you off of the Omnibus Collectors group. I am the only real fan. Jess, if you like the small editions so much, you should buy my J. Michael Straczynski books. Yes. Yes. Well, you should buy them anyway. Oh, hey, Omnipool said Mutant Massacre is coming out in November, which is an omnibus. Oh, man, I'm excited about that one. Yes.
I am getting that one.
Yes, totally. That's one of my favorite crossovers of all time, and it's some of the best time in X-Men. I cannot wait for that book. And it's got all the stuff afterwards that goes into Fall of the Mutants. Yeah, I love that run. When Longshot and Dazzler and Psylocke join the team, and you're like, who the hell are these characters? They're not cool, and then they are. Man, it's a good time. That was a good time to be an X-Men fan.
What period was that?
That's the Renaissance. That is 1987, 88. So that's right after the Mutant Massacre. Longshot, Psylocke, Dazzler joined the team, and then eventually Havoc. And you get Fall of the Mutants, and you get Apocalypse in there, and then but that was in X Factor. And then after that is the Outback period where they go to Australia. And then you get Inferno. And you know, I'm going to go on and say it, that Inferno is going to get a reprint, and they're going to make it into an omnibus, and my dumbass is going to buy it. When I read Inferno, I went in with such lowered expectations because everyone's always like, this storyline sucks, but I fucking loved it. That's because you didn't know me. I would have hyped the shit out of that story. Oh my god, goblins, demons, Madelyn Pryor's sexy ass outfit with half her titties hanging out. The fight against Jean Grey. Oh my god, the mention of the 12 again. And then oh man, I love Inferno. The kiss, the reunion between, Storm and Jean. So many awesome moments in
Storm
Inferno.
and Jean kiss?
No, that was don't take that out of context there, Jess.
Huh.
It was
Okay.
Wolverine and Jean kiss.
Oh.
Right in front of Cyclops, making Cyclops
Spoilers.
look like an idiot. Dude, that story's like 27 years old.
No, I freaking loved it, dude. Like when I read that, because it's like you're coming off of those events, just Mutant Massacre, boom, Fall of the Mutants, boom, and it's leading up and I'd been reading everything at the time for Uncanny X-Men, X Factor, and New Mutants, and so just reading everything and seeing all these storylines that I'd been reading for years coming together and playing out in Inferno, it was just. It was a book well worth buying.
Yeah. I don't know if that was always the original idea for Madelyn Pryor, but knowing Chris Claremont, I'm sure there was little tidbits here and there that maybe. But Jess, let me play it out for you. Jean Grey had been dead.
Okay.
Many years, and everybody thought she was dead, including Wolverine. So the minute that he sees her, he grabs her and he kisses her. Open mouth and everything, right in front of Cyclops, and Cyclops is just standing back there going, "Hey, that's my girl. What are you doing?" Oh man, it's such an awesome scene.
Wow.
Anyway, Inferno.
That's in Inferno?
Yes.
I thought we were talking Mutant Massacre.
Keep up, Jess. Come on, keep up. You lost it when I said lesbian kiss, which I didn't even say. That's what you heard.
That's what he inferred from your comments.
Wait, 2 women kissed? What book
And
is
you get
this?
That's when I snapped out of it.
you get Darkchild in there too, right?
Yep. That was kind of the bookend to the Magic storyline in New Mutants.
Right.
Ooh.
Right. Because what's the demon Sim that
Sim.
she hangs with?
Yeah.
he
Master
has
is
a part in
the other
there.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get Darkchild in there, and then did you read the Inferno Secret Wars miniseries?
I did. Yeah.
That was a good take on that.
It was good.
stuff.
I liked
I
it.
enjoyed that.
I remember seeing the. They used to have little ads like the coming soon Inferno, and there was it was like Madelyn Pryor, Jean Grey, and Cyclops was one. There was a trio of characters, and one time I remember this I was a kid, and I remember looking at the ad of it was Sim, Mr. Sinister, and then Nasturith.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I felt like the smartest kid when I put Sim Nasturith's name together, and I said it really fast. I'm like, oh my god, that's Sinister! And I'm like, I am the smartest motherfucker alive. Granted, I'm sure a lot of other kids thought that too, but anyway. That was an awesome time to be reading X-Men.
My favorite house ad, I think, for the X-Men books that I'd ever seen was the.
Oh, Andrew, you know that Cyclops is a cuckold. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
What was the one? It's like your. Fuck. What was it? I think it was from Mutant Massacre. It was like a little headshot, and it was. Okay, now I need to look it up because I can't describe it properly.
What are we talking about now?
The Mutant Massacre ad was the one with the tunnels, following the tunnels to get to the next issue. That was the very first X-Men crossover.
Oh, it was probably Fall of the Mutants.
Fall of the Mutants was the ad was the drawing by Alan Davis with all the characters lying dead on a desert with the sun setting in the background.
No, okay, that one's great, but the one I'm thinking about is the one. It's a black and white thing, and it says it's 1987. Do you know what your children are?
Oh, that's the
And
Mutant Registration Act.
Yeah, paid for by citizens in support of the Mutant Registration Act, and then it says "Mutie" across the face.
Yeah. That was dark.
I love that one.
Mutant Registration Act, way cooler, way before Civil War. Mark Millar, I'm such an original writer. What did he say? Man, anytime that guy talks, he just aggravates me. What did he say recently compared to Aquaman trailer, saying that it made all Marvel's movies look like 70s movies or something like that? I don't know. He said something stupid to that effect, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, Mark Millar. Are you even relevant anymore? Sorry to anybody out there that likes Kick-Ass and Old Man Logan and all these ideas he stole from Chris Claremont. Oops, sorry.
And Morrison, apparently.
Oh, Morrison hates the guy. That's why I love Morrison even more.
It's a pretty bold attitude for somebody that puts cranberry juice in their bourbon.
I'm a fancy motherfucker. What can I say?
Wow.
Jess was like, "You're not sleeping in my house." I was an alcoholic.
I am an alcoholic, and I wouldn't even drink that.
See, that's why I'm not an alcoholic, because I cut my bourbon.
We took him out to dinner, and he ordered it in a restaurant. I wanted to crawl under the table.
Why are you busting my balls, man? Did you want me to get shit-faced in front of your wife? I could have taken shots of tequila and made an embarrassment out of you. Completely rehauled your man cave there.
My daughter, I sent her a copy of our little text exchange when she wanted to know where you were from in Peru.
Oh, yeah.
When you called me a racist wasp. I sent her that, and she almost threw up. She laughed so hard. She said, "Oh my God, I can't wait to meet him. He has to come back again."
Great, you just told the wrong people that. Both Gabe and fucking Michael Cleveland are giving me shit.
And Yavash and Chris Davis.
I'm done. I'm leaving the chat. I'm a grown-ass man. I'll drink what I want to. But always remember to drink in moderation. That cranberry juice, that is.
Man, I want some cranberry juice now.
Yeah, I will. We still have a whole huge jug of it upstairs.
I didn't want to take it all, man.
Are we gonna do a chili cook-off soon?
Oh yeah, how are we gonna do that? Just taste our own chili? This is the best.
All of your chili fucking sucks, guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
how that's going to work.
I'll tell you how to make my chili, and then you can make it wrong, and then I'll tell you that you made it wrong, and that's why you don't like it. And then you can use cream cheese in it, like Gabe.
Oh my goodness! I thought for sure he meant sour cream.
How many Smirnoff Ice does it take to get in Omar's pants? 0. I'm a whore. I need alcohol. Jess, before we sign off tonight, you wanted to announce something, didn't you? Like you and Louise are doing on the side?
Oh, sure. Yeah, tonight's a good night. I haven't set it up yet. I'll set it up tomorrow. We are doing a fundraiser for comic books for kids. I believe I'll set it up tomorrow, and then Sunday I'll put it in the chat. Damn it, I meant to do that today. We're setting up the fundraiser for comic books for kids. It's going to go for 2 weeks. And if we raise a certain amount of money, Luis has to dress up as Harley Quinn, full makeup, the hat and everything. His girl's going to dress him up, paint his face, paint the mask on and everything. And I have to eat, even though Yavash thinks it sounds good, I think it sounds disgusting. I have to eat a peanut butter and jelly cheeseburger with peanut butter and jelly on it if we hit our goals. So we get punished for hitting the goals. And I will work on that tomorrow and put it up in the Omnibus group and put it in the chat Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. That's comic books for kids, where they all 100% of their money goes to getting comic books into the hands of sick children in hospitals.
That's nice, man. But you should have like drowned yourself or bathe in root beer.
I should do what?
I say you should have bathed yourself in root beer. I'd pay good money to see that.
Bathed myself in root beer. You want to see me bathe in root beer?
I didn't say I want to see you. Don't take my words out of context again. I was just saying I'd pay good money to
see me.
Watch you drown in root beer.
Drown? Whoa, this got dark.
Yeah, not dead.
Well, drowning, I think, means dead.
Yeah. Well, English is my
Good
second
heavens.
man.
I heard that. That is funny.
The wasabi challenge. I don't even know what that is. How the hell does Gabe know all these challenges?
You bash. Cheese would make it weird. I think it's the peanut butter that makes it weird.
I think Jess makes it weird.
True.
Give him a Mike's Hard Lemonade. What the fuck was that drink called? Zima. Do y'all remember Zima?
I remember it from the parody on The Simpsons.
I remember being too young to drink it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was only around for like mid-90s all the way to like 99.
Yeah, so comic books for kids. Comic books for kids. The number 4, cb4k.org. And I'll set that up tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Omnipool 90 Zima, nice. Gabe saying that Zima just made a comeback. Just dropped Jolly Ranchers in there. Hey, we have 79 people watching. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do yourself a favor so you don't miss out on any of the news, like J. Michael Straczynski's Omnibus, Spider-Man Omnibus, which that's been a long time coming. Very excited about that one.
Yeah, you want to hit the bell so you get the notifications.
That's it. That's it. I'm playing the role of Gabe, and don't forget to hit that like button.
Right.
Omar, you said you weren't getting the JMS book.
Dude, I am a dumb bitch. I'm gonna buy it and keep my damn hardcovers.
Well, you got
it
because the hardcovers have all the other material in it.
Yeah, I know.
Why? Well, maybe they should just do a Jenkins Omnibus.
Because you guys will judge me when you come to my house and be like, "Where's your JMS Omnibus, dude?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I kept the hardcovers."
That's the. I hate when people do that though. Like if I post a picture of my shelf and they're like, "Where's?"
Dude, does that happen to you? I was just fucking with you.
No, that fucking happens all the time. I'll post a picture of like my shelf and I'll have like, like my monster books, and it'll be like, "Oh, Monster 20th Century Boys, where's Pluto?" I'm like, I don't fucking have it. That's where it is. Like, it's at the store. Are you gonna buy it for me? I don't have everything. God, that's like one of my biggest pet peeves. People asking.
I will tell you, that reminded me of, I did a book tour of my Omnis last year, and somebody left me a negative. No, it was this. It was like no Hawkeye Omnibus, dislike. So I replied back, and I'm like, but it's there at this. Like, I actually have it. I'm like, and that's really harsh, man. You dislike my video because I don't have this Omnibus, but I did have it. And he replied back, and he was like, okay, I like the video.
I've had people do it where they'll see my collection and be like, "Where's The Walking Dead?" Like, I got rid of it.
Maybe you didn't dig it, man.
It's like, why? Nothing's universal, guys, and I spent my money on something else. I'm just gonna every time someone asks me like, "Where's your blank?" I'm just gonna sneak to their house, look at their books, and ask them where every goddamn book is.
Psycho Cleveland. Riley's got 73 volumes of manga about Japanese teens playing Uno, but he doesn't have Pluto.
I've got about 1,200.
Go? What was the one where they played Go?
Hikaru no Go?
Hikaru no Go. I knew you would know.
We need to play the manga, real manga, fake manga game again.
Who won that? Gabe won that.
There you go.
Yeah, Hikaru no Go. That's it.
Yeah, I've got like 1,200 volumes of manga, but I don't have Pluto. I've got 28 volumes of a volleyball manga that I haven't read yet. I've got a bunch of basketball manga coming in the mail.
This is why you don't have any money to upgrade your... Oh, no, you are getting your JMSs. You're a smart man. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's been growing. Look at all this is my baseball manga.
Yeah. What was that? I really wanted that. What is it?
Cross
Round?
game?
Short round. That's the fucking dude in damn Indiana.
Indiana Jones.
Sure. Short round or cross game, whatever. Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's the one I've been eyeing.
Yeah, I went to Half Price Books and they had the freaking whole series. So I was very irresponsible and I bought it.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Thank you for supporting my bad habits.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm an instigator. I try to get Jess to buy a bunch of stupid shit all the time when he messages me. He's like, hey, is this X-Man story good? I'm like, is it $100? You bet your ass it's good. You better buy that.
I should know better.
You're like, X-Men Revolution by Chris Claremont? Hell yeah.
Read that book. No, I'm honest with him. I'm like, look, unless you're a completist or you just like shitty stories, you know, you can pass on it. Like, I told him to pick up New Mutants.
Did you tell him to pick up the Curse of the Mutants?
Dead Souls.
Oh, Dead Souls. Yeah, I did get that.
Yeah, that's a good run.
Did you tell him to pick up all of Victor Gischler's X-Men?
No, no one should remember that. No one.
But it has that good artwork by, what's his name, Paco Medina.
Yes, it does. And Carlos Pacheco, right? Didn't Carlos Pacheco do something?
Oh my God, there's some good artwork in that book. There's some, oh man. Yeah, there's Medina and, oh, Bachalo does an arc on there.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah, boy. And then you get, what's his name? Brian Wood takes over the series.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And then it became very forgettable, unfortunately.
It didn't become forgettable. It started forgettable, and then it ended forgettable.
Dude, he made Jubilee into a vampire, right? That's been undone too. Thank God.
That was recently undone in that what was it? The Generation X that Christina Strain wrote.
Yes, I like that.
That was a good series.
I didn't care for the art, but I like the story.
I didn't care for your art.
You've never seen my art.
You've never seen my art.
Dude, I did get to see an original Jess Bragg, though, while I was over there. I didn't know he'd like to draw, yeah. It's the kind of stuff you see at like a Waffle House at 3 o'clock. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man.
Waffle House.
No, it was nice, man. Jess got some legit talent. I didn't know he was an artist until we just started talking. He's like, oh, yeah, I've got this. Sometimes I've done shows. I'm like, what? You've never brought this up. This is a side of you I didn't know about.
Wait, what?
Not that I should know everything about you, but yeah, he's a professional artist, man.
What does Jess not do? Like
manga.
We learned something. Yeah.
Yes, read manga.
Fucking xenophobic ass.
Xenophobic.
All right. Well, I'm gonna peace out before I get pissed off at anyone else. Oh, Omar.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Jesus.
You all right?
This.
You're already making. Yes, Harlem Beat was awesome. I love that shit.
But then I found out that Volume 4 is hard to get.
Oh, wait. I thought that was the whole run that you picked up.
I got because you know how like Tokyo Pop started it as Rebound.
Yes.
Okay, so I bought like most of Rebound in a lot on eBay, and it came with Volume 9 of Harlem Beat. So Harlem Beat in the US was 9 volumes, and then I bought the first volume separately, and then I found out that Volume 4 is hard to get.
That's just one of those that I think I passed up on because, yeah, some of the volumes were too hard to get. That's the thing with manga. Like, at least there's a slim chance that DC or Marvel would reprint some of this stuff in another format. There is a very slim chance that a lot of this manga that has once been translated by one of these big companies will ever see the light of day again.
Yeah, like freaking Ultimate Muscle. There's like 2 volumes that I'm never gonna get. I cry about that every night.
Ultimate Muscle. I thought you picked that up recently.
Yeah, I picked up all but like 2 volumes of it, dude.
Oh man, yeah, you're poor. You can't afford the whole run.
Well, because the 2 freaking volumes that I'm missing
dislike
are like, where's your Ultimate Muscle Volume 7? Well, it's like a $200 book. Some bullshit like that.
Yeah, fuck that, because I'm missing a couple of issues of what was it? It was volumes of Bizarra. That's what I'm missing.
Is Bat Manga, the first volume, out of print? Kenny Crayley's asking, do you think Bat Manga will get a re-release?
I don't know. I have it, but I didn't know if any of it was out of print.
Let me check real quick.
I don't know. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. My wife already checked in on me.
Do you want to tell us where they can find you on the internet?
No.
Okay.
We'll put something down here.
You can find me on here, basically. No one wants to find me. No one cares.
People miss your videos.
I just, every time I want to make a video, something happens. Like, I'm like, all right, I've got a day off. I'm going to make a video. And then, like, I get a headache and I can't do anything. Or I'm like, I got a day off. And then, like, my card dies and I have to go take it. Like, something stupid happens every single time. Or, like, I make the video and then my camera erases it while I'm trying to edit or load it. So,
oh, man.
Eventually, it's like life just fucking hates you, and you shouldn't even try. So,
wow. Okay, you are way harder on yourself than I was. Like, if I just punch my computer a lot until things start working. That's how I fixed. I've been in IT for over 20 years, so that's how I fix shit. Well, Jess, you want to call it a night, man? Now that we're losing Ryley, anyway.
Sure. Don't forget InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. This weekend, right now, probably starting now, they're tacking on 3% loyalty discounts to everything, including new releases. Everything in the store gets an extra 3%. It does not stack with your loyalty discount. It's an extra 3%. And over $50 gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, our sponsor. And Omar, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on my channel. I haven't done this in a while. Near Mint Condition, where we have a new show every Thursday, and I have a show all the time, actually. Doing a show tomorrow, talking about movies.
So which one of those guys is you?
I think this guy. This guy.
Sure it's not the one with the girlish figure?
No, my hips aren't built like that.
The hips don't lie, man.
Hips don't lie.
But yeah, that is my channel. You should come and check it out. And then Jess is going to join us next Tuesday for a live show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we're going to talk about the one manga he read.
That is the one manga I've read. Uzumaki. I get to talk about it.
Didn't you you have that Death Note all in one, right?
I do, yeah.
Yes,
yes. Did you even try on that one?
Omar's seen it. It's still sealed.
It's sealed, like most of his books. He doesn't read.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying right now.
Yeah, all these recommendations, I don't even know why you bother.
I read them. He doesn't get excited about them anymore.
Well, I almost want to be like, I recommend you read Death Note. That's like, it's like a command. It's more like a recommend.
Recommend.
I recommend that you read Death Note. But then, like, because you're so averse to manga, and that one's, I don't know. Like,
well, since I own it, I will read it. I mean, I got it. So, and I'm going to read the other two Ito books that I have too. And I make it, what is it? Fragments of what?
Fragments of Horror.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd like.
Gyo and Frankenstein.
Yeah, and Gyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will read those. And Cycle Cleveland, I'm reading Strange Embrace right now for the Halloween season. And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube. And I think that's it. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Please like us. Please subscribe to us. And the chat was great tonight. They were
like me.
Very kind to
They
me
were.
tonight. It was nice.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks a lot. Peace and love. Peace and love.